Boys and girls, for this video, what I'd like to do is look at some word problems from chapter 1, okay, in order to think out loud or model thinking for you and how I make the connection from the word problem to the computation, okay? And I'm going to show you how to look for keywords so that you know what it is that you need to be looking for, and also addressing the question, okay, and trying to answer the question, and the format in which I want you to complete your word problems by adding the therefore statement. So let's do about 2 or 3 problems so that you get the idea of what it is I will be expecting on the first chapter test. Okay, let's look at the first example. Maria will use all the glass, wooden, and pottery beads she buys to make a necklace. Now what we're talking about here is glass beads, wooden beads, and pottery beads. They're little necklace beads to make a necklace. These could be glass beads. Here we have some wooden beads and some pottery beads. Pottery beads made out of like porcelain or clay, and then it's cooked and warmed up and hardened. So these are all different types of beads that we would need to make a necklace. Okay, so that's your example. The table shows the number of beads that come in each pack. So glass beads, we get 6 per pack. Wooden beads, we get 3 per pack. And pottery beads, they come in 5 in a pack. Maria wants to use the same number of each type of bead. What is the least? The least number of each type of bead she will buy. What is the least number of each type of bead she would buy? So this is a key word right there. When you look at the word least, it looks like we're looking for the least common multiple of 6, 3, and 5. The cost per pack is $1. So now we're given another question. How much will she spend? So one, we need to find the least number of each type of bead that she will buy, okay, of the packs. And then we need to find out how much it's going to cost. So we must find the least common multiple for 6, 3, and 5. So if we're counting by 6, we have 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. If I count by 3s, I know I will have all of these numbers are also multiples of 3, right? So any of these could be a multiple of 3, but 5 is not a multiple of any of these except for 30. So let's do the ones for 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. So when we're talking about multiples, don't forget, boys and girls, that we're talking about counting by that specific number. And you can see that they all have a common multiple of 30. So she will have to buy at least 30 of each type of beads so that they have equal amount in each necklace, okay, the way she wanted. So 30 beads, but this one comes in packs of 6, this one comes in packs of 3, and this one comes in packs of 5. So how many of these do I have to buy? How many of the packs of 5 do I need to buy to get 30? Well, if you're thinking of buying 6, you are correct, because 5 times 6 is 30, right? You get your 30 beads right there. 3 times 10 is 30, so you would need to buy 10 of the packs of 3. And 6 times 5 is also 30. So you have to buy 5 of packs of 6, 10 of the packs of 3, and 6 of the packs of 5, so that you have equal amounts, okay? As you can see, boys and girls, when you're looking for the least common multiple, don't forget the least common multiple, you have to look at the multiplication table to see that you get 30 for all of these numbers. So you look at the multiplication table of 6, of 3, and 5 and see which is the lowest number that they all have in common in their multiplication table. Now, let's figure out the second question. How much money will she spend? Right? There's the question right there. Okay? How much will she spend? Well, over here she has to buy 5, and we know that each one is $1. So $5, okay? And then plus $10, right? $10 right there, plus $6, okay, equals $21. Now, as you can see, this is all my work that I had to go through in order to show my answer. But this is not my answer. This is the work. I like to see your work done on the page as you're working. But this is not my answer. My answer needs to be a therefore statement. So let's answer the first question. What is the least number of each type of bead she will buy? After doing it, we have to say therefore, okay, the least number of beads she will buy is 30. You can see we have to buy 30 of each so that they're all equal amounts. And how much will she spend? She will spend $21. There's your answer. This is what I want as your final answer, boys and girls. Okay? Not just the work. I want a therefore statement. Okay, let's try another one. Okay. The tables below show the swimming speeds of the king penguin and the emperor penguin. Okay, here we have our king penguin, and over here we have our emperor penguin. The difference is not much, except I guess for the way their colored spreads around their neck. This one's below their neck and it's dark on the back, and this one goes white with a little bit of the golden and nothing, and it's completely white on the chest. So there's your difference, in case you were wondering what the difference between the king and the emperor penguins are. Alright, now let's see. Determine which table shows an equivalent ratio. So now we have to look at what equivalent ratio is. Remember that equivalent means they constantly go up. If this is going double and then triple, I mean, it has to go up by the unit rate. Okay, so here our unit rate is 1 to 440. So if we double 440, we should get 880, right? But look at that, we get 860. Okay, so if we go up by 440 each time, and this time it does go up by 440, plus 440, okay, is 13, sorry, it's 1300, right? 400 plus 440 is 1300 from this. And then does it go up by another 440? Oh, yes, it does, right? But here it does not. Okay, it should have been 880. So there we have, we're missing 20 for it to be equivalent. Let's check. Is this an equivalent ratio? 1 is 412, right? What's 412 when you double it? It should be 824. It is 824. What happens when you add another 412? Well, it should be 1236. Yeah, 1236. You add another 400 to that is 1600, and you add another 14 here, it is 48. So 1648. So here we go. This one is equivalent, all right? So determine which table shows an equivalent ratio. That would be your first answer, okay? Now, write the equivalent ratio in miles per hour rounded to the 100th place. So now let's forget about the emperor penguin. Okay, because now we're about the king penguin. Now we're looking at the emperor penguin, because that is the equivalent ratio, and now they want us to write the equivalent ratio in miles per hour. Here we have feet per minute. So let's write it out, the unit. Okay, 412 for 1 minute. If we want to change the minutes to hours, we have to multiply it by 60, because there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. And whatever you do to the bottom, you must do to the top, so multiply 412 times 60. And we get 24,720 feet. Don't forget, these are still feet. But they want us, that's how many feet we do in 1 hour. Don't forget, because now we have 60 minutes, it's 1 hour. That's how much we do, that many feet in an hour. But they don't want feet, it's asking us for miles, as you can see right there. So we have to convert the feet to miles. Well, this is what we need to remember our conversion. We know that 1 mile has 5,280 feet. Some of you have already memorized this. If you haven't, please memorize this. It's important. So that's 1 mile, and this is in feet. So let's divide this number of feet by this number so that we can get the number of miles. And when we do that, we get a long number. And I got that number based on by punching it into the calculator, which you can do, boys and girls. So 24,720 divided by 5,220, so that we can convert it to miles. Okay, we're taking each chunk. This is 1 mile in feet, and we want to know how many miles are here in this number of feet. Well, we get 4.6818, and it keeps going 18. The 18 is bar notation. Okay, so we're being asked, don't forget on the question, if we pull it down, we're being asked to round to the nearest hundredths. So this is the 10th and the 100th. So we can just simply get rid of the bar notation, okay? Because it's really, this 1 is not going to change the 8, okay? So let's just get rid of it, and our answer would be 4.68 miles per hour. And there we have it. So again, this is not my answer. This is just my work, my logic. I need an answer. Let's write our therefore statement. Let's address the first question. Determine which table shows an equivalent ratio. The table with the emperor penguin shows an equivalent ratio. That was the first thing we were able to determine when we simply looked at the unit rate and checked to see if it was increasing by the unit rate. We found that there was a flaw right there. So the emperor penguin has the equivalent ratio. That was our first answer. Write the equivalent ratio in miles per hour. Well, we just did. The emperor penguin can travel at a rate, remember the word rate can be used interchangeably with the word speed. The emperor penguin can travel at a rate of 4.68 miles per hour. And that's our answer, boys and girls. I hope you walk away with a good idea of how to do these word problems. Show your work, show your process. It will be messy, but really what I mostly care about is that you are able to do this. Okay? Alright, boys and girls, I hope this helped. See you in class.